Well, let's speak to Riccardo Dugulin, who's in Brussels. He's an analyst at the global business risk consultancy Drum Cussac. Good to have you with us. So what do you make of this? It's pretty worrying stuff, credible evidence of a fairly major attack planned to, one presumes, disrupt the French elections.
Yeah, I think today's police operation highlights two things. On one side, the terrorist plot comes as a stern reminder of the ongoing terrorist threat in France and the will of ISIS-linked militants to conduct high-profile attacks in the country. On the other hand, it's also clear that the French police and intelligence services are gaining an additional expertise in going against these plots, because we have seen that since the beginning of 2017, several plots that involve the usage of explosives, homemade explosives, have been disrupted in the country. And this, in part, as well today, was due to the international cooperations. So there are new lines and already existing lines that are being used by France to stop these terrorist plots.
Yeah, and this is obviously something that the authorities fear greatly after the Paris attacks of November 2015. A state of emergency put into place in France, and that has been extended several times.
Yeah, exactly. It has been extended 7 times, and now it's running until July 2017. The last time it was extended, it was done to cover the electoral period, because the French intelligence services were aware of an elevated threat during the electoral period. And now the choice to whether or not to extend the state of emergency again will depend on the next president. That's going to be a decision that he or she will have to take following the elections, given the intelligence that they will receive. And that's going to be something decided as well by the new parliament after the June legislative elections. The security situation in France is unlikely to substantially improve, so it's possible that the state of emergency will be prolonged again. However, that's a political decision that will be taken later on in June.
In terms of security risks, in this case, these two men are said to have been radicalized in prison. How much of a problem is this sort of homegrown terrorist who's been radicalized in France? How difficult is that for French security services to deal with?
It's a growing concern for France, because we are seeing that on one side there is the homegrown threat. That's something that is developing and changing in the nature. There are radical Islamist networks that are present in France for already more than 20 years. And on the other hand, there are foreign fighters who went to fight in Syria and Iraq and that are coming back. We are counting dozens of those foreign fighters making their way back to France. And this will definitely be an issue for security services in France and throughout Western Europe in the months and years to come. And you mentioned jails. Jails are a big problem for France and other countries as well, because the radicals who come back from Syria and Iraq and those who are arrested within France are put in areas within the jail system, within the jail buildings, in common areas, and there is a wider risk of radicalizations within the French jail network. And that's something that the authorities are really discussing right now in a way to diminish this problem.
Riccardo, good to get your analysis there. Thank you very much indeed for speaking with us. Riccardo Dugulin speaking to us live in Brussels.